It'll be one to go this time by. Coming to the green, buddy, coming to the green. Let's go get him. Go, 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 dig, 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 go, 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 go.
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway.
Howdy. What's up? Yeah, it was a good day.
Okay, everyone, we're going to start our post-race press conferences for the 3M Performance 400 presented by Bondo. And here we have David Ragan, driver number 6 AAA Insurance Ford, best career finish in NASCAR Sprint Cup Racing, 3rd place. Great effort today. Tell us about it.
Just a solid day, you know, from the get-go. We had good speed. Our pit crew did an amazing job all race long. And that's what it takes, you know, these 400-mile races. You got to be pretty good when they drop the green flag. You know, 500 or 600-mile race, you have a few more opportunities to work on it. But we just had good speed all day, good track position, and came up a little close, or came up a little short. Carl certainly had the best car. I think the 18 was pretty stout at times, depending on who was out front. But you know, it was good to be able to race with them, and I felt like if we had to do it all over again, we would take 2 tires that last stop, make a small adjustment, and see what we could have done. But nevertheless, a strong day for us, and we can build on that.
Thank you for that opener. Raise your hand if you have a question. Come around with a wireless mic. Name and affiliation. We'll also take questions from upstairs, so let us know if you have one. Go ahead, Don.
David, Morris News Service. How important was this for your organization and for Ford to hold serve here in Detroit?
Very happy to see that Ford in victory lane. It would have been a long plane ride home if the other manufacturer would have got in victory lane, but it's good to see all the Ford fans and Jack Roush and everybody excited. That was a good weekend for those guys, and you know, good day for everybody. I think we all were pretty close to the top 10, and I don't know what it is about this place, but we all seem to run well and have good speed. The cars drive good, so it was a good day for the whole organization.
All 5 of them were top 10.
Cool. Before we do our next question, we have our race runner-up, the first driver to clinch a berth in the chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup, Kyle Busch, number 18, Interstate Batteries, Toyota. Tell us about that run, then we'll go back to the media for questions.
It was a decent run for us. I felt like it was way better and far better than what it was here in the spring. You know, we just challenging running up front like we did today, and so that was nice to see. We made a gain, and you know, we got a lot better there, but just, you know, didn't have enough for the 99 there at the end. We had a special set of tires for some reason that were just great on that thing and made the car really, really hook up. And then we took those off, and the car wasn't as good to the end of the race, and you know, we weren't able to get through the corners as fast as Carl was. You know, he really had something for us that was able to get through the center of the corner and then, you know, still get good bite up off where we kind of struggled all day.
Good. Go back to questions now. Go ahead.
Lee Spencer, Fox Sports. David, talk about where you are a year after your rookie year, the kind of year you had last year, the time you've had to work with Denny with Jimmy, and just being able to race against guys now like Kyle and Carl up front. I mean, what does this do for your confidence?
Well, I mean, we always knew that we could run this way if we just went a whole weekend without making many mistakes. We always seemed to have fast cars and good speed, but maybe myself or the picture or somebody would make a mistake through the weekend, and we'd pay for it, when the checkered flag fell. So the bottom line is everything's easier the second time around coming back to Michigan for the second race this year, and also for the second time around. We know how the track changes. You know, I know how to pass cars a little better, and just know what I need in our AAA Ford to be able to turn through the middle and have good bite off. So just the bottom line is everything's easier for a second time around. Jimmy and I understand each other just a little bit more, from race to race, and so we've just continued to recognize the things that needed to be changed and work hard to improve on them and make sure the good things stay the same.
Question right over here, Bob.
Bob Harpers, NASCAR Scene. Kyle, when sizing up your competition in the chase, where's Carl Edwards fit in there? And when you're racing him for a win, are you thinking at all about this could be another 20-point swing in points when it comes to the chase?
Carl's right there, has been all year. He's been the guy that we've got to race on these 1.5-mile, 2-mile racetracks, and he's been decent at other racetracks too, but not as stout as he is at these, and there's a lot of those in the chase, so we've got still some work cut out for us. Yeah, it's a 20-point swing, so I mean we got to live with it. We got to take it, and hopefully we can make up for it somewhere else.
Yeah, on the current bonus point standings, 80 to 40, I believe, 80 to 40 gap between the two. More questions for our drivers, second, third place finishers. Raise your hand. Any upstairs? Go ahead, Bob. In the meantime.
Kyle, where did you think you made the most gains on a track like this from the spring?
With our car?
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, from the spring we were terrible. I mean, we were so loose getting in the corners and tight in the center, and then real loose up off. And here today, at least we were loose all the way through. Pretty much most of the day I was plumb sideways. So, you know, we got it to where it tightened up there at the end, and it was tight in the beginning of the runs, and just wasn't fast enough at the drop of a restart. But then, you know, it would get better as it went on, and then just learning how to drive the car a little bit better and stuff like that. So that's kind of where.
Any more questions? One more? Go ahead, Bob. Follow up.
For David, considering where you were as far as the points, I mean, did you feel like you maybe had to gamble for the win to really, that would have been a big points boost for you?
Yeah, you know, definitely would have been great to win, but you don't want to take any unnecessary risk and, you know, take out a top 5 finish and finish 20th or something. You know, a win would have been great, but the 18, the 99 were just a little bit better than us, and you know, after we didn't pit that last run, we knew that we were kind of going to be sitting ducks depending on how the cautions worked out. But you know, I just drove as hard as I could and tried not to make any mistakes. And you know, at this point in the season, a third place is great, but a win would have been better. But a 20th would have been just about devastating for us. You know, trying to make the chase.
Have one more back here. Go ahead.
Allison Bornvanek, 6 Sports in Lansing. David, a lot of folks had pegged you as possibly, you know, somebody to come out here and take this. You know, sorry if you've been asked this already, but I just wanted to know what were your thoughts on your performance here today.
Well, I mean, just coming up here in a Roush Fenway Ford gives us a little extra benefit of the doubt. I think, you know, the track record or past races for Roush Fenway have all been pretty good and pretty consistent. So, you know, being I was in the 6 car, being I was in the Ford owned by Jack Roush, that just helps me out a lot here at Michigan. And you know, Jimmy Finning knows how to you know, to make the calls, and we've got good fuel mileage, and we ran well here in the spring. So it's just one of those days where you know, we kind of controlled our own destiny. We just didn't need to go out and make any mistakes.
Lee Spencer, Fox Sports. Kyle, do you feel that there are any weaknesses left in your program right now? I mean, you guys were joking about it in Watkins Glen last week, but I mean, is there any place you feel you guys need to improve in the next 3 races?
In the next 3 races, no. I feel like those tracks are going to be all right. Loudon, we got to work on. Martinsville and Phoenix. Those are the racetracks that I feel like that I feel like we need to gain on. You know, I don't feel like we struggled there in the first part of the year, but we need to get better at qualifying up front at those tracks, so we don't have to fight for track position all day, and so we can just run our own race and try to, you know, keep up in the top 5, top 10. But other than that, I mean, if we can get better at passing guys too at those tracks, that'll make it easier.
Just out of curiosity, was your team letting you know about all the people that Gordon and Casey and Jimmy and Junior were all having problems in front of you?
Not specifically. Jimmy would make mention that you know, we're going to have good points today if you just don't screw up. We're going to have a good points day if you just maintain. So no, not specifically. He wasn't telling me, you know, the car numbers are guys who are having trouble, but you know, you can see when some of the guys are lapped down, or you know, when you're passing them, things like that. You can you know, use your own good judgment and tell who's struggling. But specifically, he wouldn't tell me anything.